Number 4. Cruz was born on July 30th, 1968 in Flint, Michigan to mother Patricia and father Terry. He was raised in a strict household, primarily by his mother, as his father was an abusive alcoholic. Cruz recalled one incident of domestic violence he was exposed to. "I was like 4 or 5 years old. My father hit my mother in the face as hard as he could, and she gets knocked out. This horrific scene is something that no child should ever have to witness. The impact of the atrocious actions of his father still remains with him today." Cruz recalled another incident saying, "I remember seeing her on the floor and then looking at him, this giant of a man. I thought, my God, he says he loves her. What is he going to do to me? All I could think was how I wanted to protect her and how wrong it was." Cruz revealed that he wet the bed until he was 14 years old because he was so terrified of the nightmare he was living in. Cruz recalls waking up in the middle of the night to glass breaking and people screaming. Cruz recognizes some of the less favorable traits that he carries forth as a result of his childhood trauma, but makes a conscious effort to be the best person and father he possibly can. Cruz uses his heart-wrenching story in many of his speeches that inspire people to overcome their hardships and encourage people to live in harmony by respecting one another. Number 3. Cruz was drafted by the Los Angeles Rams in the 11th round in 1991. With the Rams, Cruz played a total of 6 games. He was later drafted by the San Diego Chargers in 1993, where he played 10 games. In 1995, he was drafted by the Washington Redskins, where he played 16 games. Cruz was finally signed to the Philadelphia Eagles in 1996, but he didn't play any season games. After being continuously cut from rosters, Cruz made some extra money on the side by doing portrait artwork of his teammates. Ultimately, Cruz left the NFL in 1997 and moved to Los Angeles, where he hoped to pursue a career in acting. After moving, Cruz reflected, "It was a big shock to me. I moved to Los Angeles thinking that because I was a football player, I was going to get a lot of big opportunities. They didn't even have a football team then. Nobody cared. All of a sudden, they don't know your name," he explained. "They don't know your number. They don't know who you are." At this point in his life, Cruz was at a financial and emotional low. He ended up sweeping factory floors just to make ends meet. "I realized I had to start all over again," he said. Sadly, this led Cruz to spiral into a depression, and to cope, he turned to binge eating as a coping mechanism. At one point, Cruz had gained 30 pounds, and he realized he had to get his life back on track. "I learned that a lot of the eating thing and any problem with eating has a lot to do more with your emotions," Cruz said. "And I discovered that I just had to change it. I went into the gym, and I've been working out ever since." Number 2. Due to his religious upbringing, Cruz wasn't allowed to go to the movies. Because of the church we were in, you couldn't go to a theater, but you could watch a movie on TV. "It was so weird," Cruz explained. After lots of begging, Cruz's mother finally let his aunt take him to the movies. Cruz says that his first trip to the movie theater changed his life, and ultimately it was the driving force that pushed him to become a successful actor. Cruz's first major role was in Friday After Next, which featured rapper Ice Cube. Despite never taking acting classes, Cruz believed his success has come from asking himself what the audience wants and catering to that. Following his role in White Chicks, Adam Sandler, who was an executive producer in The Longest Yard, changed the role to give it to Cruz. Since his premiere in 2013, Cruz has received massive support for his role as Sergeant Terry Jeffords in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Although Cruz has primarily been cast into comedic roles, he says he's open to more dramatic roles in the future. Cruz is really just going with the flow. He said it best himself. "I'm a guy who's floating downstream, and I am going to go where I need to go. It's one of those things where I just say yes. You have to be open to everything. I never thought I was going to be an actor." Cruz has also hosted Who Wants to Be a Millionaire and provided voice acting for animations like American Dad and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs 2. His incredible physique has also led him to be featured in numerous Old Spice commercials. Number 1. In Cruz's autobiography Manhood, How to Be a Better Man or Just Live with One, Cruz speaks out about his pornography addiction and its implication on his marriage and his recovery process through rehabilitation. After many Hollywood actresses began publicly opening up about their stories of sexual harassment and assault by film producer Harvey Weinstein, Cruz chose to open up about his experience with the matter. Cruz revealed that at a party in 2016, he had been dropped by a male Hollywood executive. It could be later revealed that this was Adam Bennett, the head of the motion picture department at William Morris Endeavor. Bennett was consequently demoted, and Cruz filed a lawsuit against Bennett for sexual assault. Ultimately, prosecutors chose not to charge Bennett as the time between the incident and Cruz reporting it was too long. As a result of coming forward, Cruz was named as a silence breaker in the Times Person of the Year award in 2017. Click the subscribe and notification bell to stay up to date with your favorite celebrities and athletes. Want to see a video about your favorite celebrity or athlete? Drop a comment below, and don't forget to hit the like button.